All right, so we are just adding some more drills to our container because, here we go, because we finished up a container full and I don't want to have to keep stopping and starting while we are doing these. So I want to get my, oops, put that down on the sticky. That wasn't good. So those are for the X's. We're going to work on X's over here. Let me see. Then we're going to do, I got enough pounds. We're going to set this one up in this tray. And then we are going to do some arrows. And I have enough of this. All right. So I like to pour mine in the tray like this and get it ready. And I have to keep the container with the tray because when you have some that are like similar in color, oops, it's very easy to get them confused. And I have done that many of times. And then went to pour the drills back into the container only to realize I poured it into the wrong container. Whew. So I had to spend time separating them, and that's not fun. All right, so let me put these way back here. We are going to work on this symbol. Put my glasses on because it really helps in trying to see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so let's see. It is early morning. This is my favorite pen. But, you know, it's funny, I don't use it very often. I end up using, where is it? I end up using this one. And I purchased one of the stainless steel placers. I don't like a placer any bigger than a 4. You know, you have them, I think, all the way up to 9, maybe even higher. But, yeah, the most I ever like to do at a time is 4. And I stuck it on here because, I don't know, this just feels like a lighter weight. So when I'm working, I just prefer to not have to fight trying to get a 9 placer straight. I am a very slow worker, which is probably why it takes me so long. But, you know, I really don't mind how long it takes because I am enjoying the process. You guys ever, when you're working on your diamond painting, your mind just kind of drifts off somewhere and then you're not sure if you were placing your diamonds on the right spot when you come out of whatever zone you were in, and find that instead of like, because I know I'm going to work on the pound symbol after this, so I could see me easily switching the pounds when I'm supposed to be doing arrows. I've actually done stuff like that before. So I have to kind of stay somewhat focused. But, you know, sometimes when your mind drifts off, you're not drifting off on purpose. It's just your mind drifted. See, this is why I'm slow. You guys don't, I'm new at this, okay? I'm kind of new at this. How long can you use the excuse of being new at something and not just say you're not good at it? You've had more than enough time to get good at it, but you still suck at it, you know? But that's okay, because if you enjoy it, just keep doing it. Squares. I know I talked about how squares weren't my favorite, but they are fast becoming my favorite. I just I don't know. You get so much satisfaction out of placing squares neatly, I think. Although they are a lot more tedious. As you see, when I place, just using a four placer, I still have to do lots of corrections. That's not all the time. Like, oh, see, I put those two down perfectly. Maybe I should just do two placers. I got a tip from a lady that I watched on YouTube. And she said when you're placing your drills, and you're placing them single, like I'm doing now, to focus on like the corner. Like, see, like it's an L. Like, place it right in that corner and not try to just plop it down. Like, if I try to plop it down, like, right in the middle, you know, it'll work sometimes. But if you focus on trying to hit that corner, it seems to work. And then I've also learned that you should not try to slide a drill around when it gets out of place like this. But I do it anyway because, yeah, I'm not picking up the tweezers every 2 seconds. But it'll slide back from where you first placed it. And, yeah, that probably happens, but oh well. It works itself out. Yeah. Am I the only one that has trouble? See, I need to glue up my placer thingy. But I don't know. I just hate stopping to do that. It's like you get on a roll and you want to keep going. My husband is at the store, so it's nice and quiet in the house. So I want to take this opportunity to film and chit-chat while he's not here. And my kids are upstairs still asleep. And it's not that early, y'all, but they are still asleep. Or in their rooms doing something. I don't know if you want to call them independent kids or what. My daughter is 17. My son is 12. And they don't, I don't want to say they don't bother me because that doesn't sound nice to say. But yeah, they don't bother me. They don't come down asking for breakfast. They don't come down asking for lunch. They don't come down asking for dinner. Every now and then they'll come down when I haven't made anything and ask. But most of the time, if I don't make anything, I mean, there's always food in the house. There's so much food in the house. So they always can just come down, find something to eat, and be on their way. They don't care if I cook or not. Because sometimes, especially my son, when he say, Mom, what's for dinner? And I'll say, you know, whatever. And he's like, do I have to eat that? And I'm just one of them parents where if he doesn't like it, I don't make him eat it. And my daughter, she eats everything. She's not as picky as he is. But I remember when I was little, and my parents made me sit at the table until I finished what I was eating. Because I still am kind of, but I was one of those kids that would drink all their drink before they ate their food. And my son is kind of like that, so I have to stay on him. But yeah, I don't know if it was just, I wasn't much of a meat eater. Because God, I hated to have to chew for so long on one piece of meat. And I don't know if it's different for kids. Like when you're older, like a grown-up, you eat a piece of meat, you just eat it. But when you were a kid, it seemed like you would have to chew that one piece of meat for so long. So I don't put my kids through that. I know what they like to eat and what they don't, and I tend not to force them. Heck, I know both my kids will eat collard greens. Both of them will eat green beans. My son likes broccoli. My daughter does not. My daughter likes cabbage. My son does not. So, you know, I just tend to switch up. When it's time for my daughter to have to eat broccoli, she'll push on through and she'll eat it. My son is different. If he doesn't like it, he will not eat it. So I have to bargain with him. Okay, just eat all the meat, which is probably chicken. Eat all the chicken on your plate, and you don't have to eat but half your vegetables. And then other times it's the opposite. Eat all your vegetables and just eat half the chicken on your plate. And every now and then, you know, I can't make the same thing over and over and over again. But, you know, there's certain things that I make that they both like. Like I make this one dish that is sausage, cabbage, and rice. And I mix it all together. I'll make the sausage in the pan with some onions, because I love onions. And they do not, but they don't know the onions are in there. So I'll cook up the sausage and the onions together and make the rice in a separate pot. And I usually make yellow rice. I don't know if you guys have that where you are, and I can't even think of the name of it now to tell you. But I get it from Sam's Club. And so I'll make the yellow rice in a separate pot, and then I'll make some cabbage. In a pot, and then I will mix it all together, and it is delicious. It's one of my favorite meals. Everybody in the house loves it. But I can't make that all the time, right? We have to switch up. Everybody loves spaghetti. It's funny, everyone loves spaghetti, but everyone doesn't love lasagna. So my husband, he's so funny. He eats most of what I make. But I try to tell him, if I make something and it doesn't turn out right, don't say that in front of the kids, because then they might end up liking it themselves. But because Daddy already said, oh, yuck, you know, they're going to naturally think, oh, yuck. Even when I make something and it doesn't come out quite right, I don't say anything. I just watch the kid's face when they go to eat it. And then, you know, they pretty much saying, oh, yuck. And I was like, all right, you don't have to eat that. Let's figure something else out. Yeah. My son, I still have to kind of talk him into trying new things. Just like my husband. You know, he wants the same old, doesn't want to try new things. I love Chinese food. And I finally got my husband to try some Singapore noodles. Singapore noodles is like my favorite Chinese dish. That and shrimp egg foo young. Although, I don't know why, but with shrimp egg foo young, it's like every 5th or 6th time I have it, I get sick. I mean, terrible stomach cramps and just really sick. And my husband says, I don't know why you keep getting it. Because I like it so much. Even though, but it hasn't made me sick in a while. So now I've been kind of scared to have it because I know I'm due. So I kind of wonder, should I get it like earlier in the day? Like maybe like go get it around 2 in the afternoon. If I wait and get it at night, is it maybe the eggs are sitting out too long? The gravy? I mean, I don't know what's happening. So I do try to stick to getting it early in the morning because, well, not early in the morning, you know, they don't open till like 11, but you know, just earlier in the day, not to wait so late in the afternoon or evening time, like 8 o'clock at night might not be a good time to go get that. So, yeah, but that is my favorite. Now, my son, like I was saying, I have such a hard time getting him to try new stuff. So, the other day, this was, you know, sometimes my husband and I have something that just the two of us have. And, oh, I'm getting ready. I think I'm done, and I got this whole section. So, you know, it's kind of nice when the kids don't like it. We don't force them. It's like, okay, we can have this, and we don't have to worry about the kids eating this. They can eat something else that they like. And, you know, my husband and I will have a special little thing to ourselves. Anyway, chicken and dumplings is something that I make that, you know, just my husband and I would eat. My daughter doesn't like it because she calls the dumplings in their cake. She was like, I don't want no chicken and cake. It's really funny the way she calls it that. So the other day, no, I want to say this was about 2-3 weeks ago. My son, you know, I'll make a bunch of chicken and dumplings and I'll freeze it. Because who wants to do that all the time? So, you know, I had took some out and I was warming it up for my husband and I. And my son was, you know, came down to the kitchen when I was fixing a bowl. And I was like, you want to try this? He was like, what is that? And I said, chicken and dumplings. He was like, no. And I was like, come on, just try a little. His name is Xander. I said, come on, Xander, just try a little bit. See if you like it. Now, I have learned the hard way because at first my kids did not like steak. So, you know, steak is not inexpensive. But we talked them into trying it, both of them. Come on, you need to just try it. Now they love it. So, yeah, that's an expense I could have done without. So, with the chicken and dumplings, I said, come on and try it. So, he tried a little bite. And his face, he looked at me. I didn't know if he was mad. He gave me a look. And then he kind of did this thing with his face where his head kind of went back. And, you know, you're like, like when something is good. He did that. And yeah, he likes it. So it is now a mommy, daddy, son meal. So I don't mind that he likes that. But I don't understand why it's so hard for some people to try new things. I mean, don't you want to know, you know, different stuff? The more you try, the more you like, the more you enjoy. Yeah, that's uh-oh. My neighbor's dog is out. Now my dog just went running to the back door. And he's he's coming back now to ask me, can he go out? But he cannot go out because we have disagreement with the neighbors because we have 2 cane corsos, canine corsos. I know people want to pronounce it the correct way, but we have 2 Italian Mastiffs, and they have a pit bull, and we have a fence up, but the dogs like to fight at the fence. They, you know, it's horrible, barking, biting at each other's paws and things to get under the fence, and it's just a hot mess. So we have an agreement with the neighbors where they let their dog out during the odd hours, and we let our dogs, well, I'm sorry, I say dogs. They have a pit bull and they have another older dog. That dog doesn't bark, doesn't cause any issues. So, you know, they usually let that dog out at any time because it's not an issue. The dog doesn't even come to the fence. The dog don't want no problems. So, yeah, they have the odd hours. I am I'm all done with that one, right? No more arrows. I'm not going to get these arrows. They're too close to the line. They let their dog out during the odd hours, and we let our dogs out during the even hours. So it works out nicely. And, you know, it's a great thing when you can get along with your neighbors. So right now it is an odd hour. It is 11:26 in the morning. Let's do... Oh, I already got this one ready. All right, we're going to do this one next. So, yeah, I can't let my dog out now. They already went out at the 10 o'clock hour. What is this in my tray? So, they, I try to make it a point to let them out. Uh-oh, more barking. I try to make it a point to let them out on the hour, whether they want to go out or not, just so they can get some fresh air. And they go, especially the male. One is a male, one is a female. The one whose claws you can hear running back and forth on the hardwood floor, that's the male. He always wants to go. He is up and down, can't sit still. Even in the house, he's looking out the window, looking out the door, looking for trouble, barking at people going by. He's just, I don't know. My husband says he's doing his job. And okay, I guess he is, but I need him to understand who to bark at and who not to bark at. Like the mailman. The mailman comes, you know, we can see the mailbox from our front window, of course, and mailman is not walking, he's in his truck. And I'm like, the dog by now should know it's the mailman. Why do you need to bark at him? UPS comes. And you know, sometimes when UPS comes, it's a package for me. And I don't want him, my dog, to make an announcement that the UPS man is here. I don't need my husband to know every time a package is coming. So I try to have a conversation with the dog and try to teach him, like, look, when you see that brown truck, you do not need to make an announcement. So that dog outside, my neighbor's dog is barking at the other side of the fence to the neighbor that's on the other side of them. Because that neighbor has, let me see, they have a new dog, or Rottweiler, little baby. It's so cute. They have a boxer. And oh my gosh, how come I can't remember? They have 3 dogs. I can't remember. That's terrible. I mean, she's like one of my best friends. And right now, at this moment, it's slipping my mind. So anyway, they are not on a schedule with the neighbors that are in between us. The ones that are right beside me. But they did tell me that they do try to go on that same schedule as we do. So they have the even hours. It's not on purpose. It's not like an understanding that we have with our next door neighbors. Because that's an understanding. We stick to it. So there are no issues with our dogs fighting. Nobody wants that fence to come down. Because that's not going to be fun. So yeah, these are big dogs that play rough, fight rough. So we do everything we can so that does not happen. So the neighbors 2 doors down, they're going to try to, kind of be on our schedule when they can and do even hours. So there aren't any issues. But sometimes it's just not feasible. Now, for some reason, our dogs, the 2 that we did have 3, but now we have 2. When they go to the fence and that the next door neighbor's dog is out, when this happened, our dogs fight each other. I don't know why they do that. They fight each other. So it's just an ugly mess. And nobody wants to deal with veterinarian bills, bleeding dogs. Yeah, it's really pretty traumatic when it happens. So thank goodness we have neighbors that are great. I have great neighbors. So those neighbors that I was just talking about that we have the even odd thing with, they're to my left. The neighbors to my right, they have, what is it? An English, it's not an English, it's not an English bulldog. It's a bulldog. And she is so cute. Oh my God, that dog is so cute. But she doesn't bark over at my dogs. So if you don't bark at my dogs, they don't get aggressive. They just stare at each other. It's so funny. It's really, really kind of cute. And yeah, so she's like my good girlfriend. Her and her husband, and me and my husband, and the lady on the other side that I was talking about with the pit bull, her and her husband, and then 2 doors down, her and her husband, and across the street, you know, we're all like great friends in the neighborhood. We get together and do things, and I'm talking about on a regular basis. Like this morning, I did not make my normal trip to Sam's, Costco, and BJ's. Those are the 3 warehouse stores that I like to go to. And my girlfriend across the street, we will either drive her truck or drive my truck. And we will go like Saturday mornings. But we did not go this Saturday morning. And we haven't gone lately. We haven't gone together in the same car in over a year and a half. 2 years. A year and a half probably. You know, with COVID and all. Now we both have been vaccinated. And things are getting a little better. So we might go back to riding together. It was like really cool. It was our Saturday morning thing that we did. Not every Saturday morning because, like I said, this is a warehouse store I'm talking about. And we don't need to do that every weekend. But we usually go like twice a month. But I have found that if I wait and go, today is Saturday, but if I wait and go Mondays, any day during the week, and I go when I get off work, which is usually some days I work late, some days I work early. So my early days are 3:30. So if I get off at 3:30 and I go on down to Costco, I want to say it's about a 15-minute, maybe, no, Costco's a little further, maybe 15 to 18 minutes drive, depending on the traffic. But it is not crowded in there at all. You know, if you go on a Saturday, any Saturday you pick, it's going to be crowded. See, this is too far up. Let me just go ahead and try to squeeze these other ones. Or is it too far down? This is why when I do these, yep, that's what it was, too far down. When I do these placers, there we go. Yeah, so when I go down there, when I get off at 3:30, if I roll down there pretty quick and get there about 3:45, almost 4 o'clock, it is so nice and empty in there. But the longer I shop, the more crowded it starts to get. So I know that's because other people are coming from work that are getting off at 4:30. So my goal is to get in and out of there pretty quick. So I try to save that now that I've learned. But I still go on Saturdays with my girlfriend if she wants to swing down there. And honestly, she really helps me because you guys should see my cart. It's ridiculous. And when she doesn't go with me, I call her and I say, I needed you here with me today. I have way too much stuff in my cart, stuff I didn't need, but picked up anyway. And now I'm mad because I left all my money at the store. So, yeah, sometimes it's not good to to go alone. And, of course, I'm sure all you guys know, do not go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Do not do it. Just, eat something. Drink a lot of water if you need to before you... Well, don't do that because nobody wants to stop and have to go to the restroom when you're at the store. That's You don't want to... I will hold it until I get home. So, yeah, I try to make it a point to not take my kids when I go to the grocery store and to not go hungry myself. Oh, that one right there was a mess. Okay. All right, I have gotten quite a bit done. I think I'm going to finish up these symbols. Finish up hashtag. Ha! Now, I remember when this was pound sign, but now it's hashtag. Oh, I got all this section over here with these and here. Okay, I didn't even realize that. All right, well, I'm going to continue to work on this. My husband should be back soon. And I think I hear one of my children moving around upstairs. So it's not going to be quiet in here much longer. I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you have enjoyed sitting with me and chit-chatting with me, I appreciate you being here. Okay, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will, still placing drills. Look at me. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.